My name is Sarah. I am 38 years old and today I have nothing. I sit on a cold park bench. My two children Leo and Mia are sleeping beside me, shivering in the night air. I take off my coat and cover them, but it is not enough. The wind bites my skin. A month ago I had a warm home. I had a husband. I had a future. I never thought my life would end up like this. I look at my dirty hands. I look at the empty street. I ask myself, how did I get here? I am tired. I am broken, but I cannot sleep. If I sleep, who will protect my children? Life was never easy for me. I grew up alone. My parents passed away when I was very young. I had no brothers or sisters. No grandparents. I was always the girl who sat alone at school. I dreamed of one thing, a real family. Then I met Mark. He was charming and handsome. He told me, Sarah, I will take care of you. You will never be lonely again. I believed him. We got married. When Leo and Mia were born, I thought my life was finally perfect. I was a housewife, I cooked, I cleaned, and I loved my family with all my heart. But people change. Over the last year Mark became distant. He came home late. He smelled of strange perfume. He stopped looking at me. I tried to talk to him. But he only shouted. You are boring, Sarah, he said. I need more. Then came the worst day of my life. It was a Tuesday evening. It was snowing in New York. The air was freezing. Mark came home, but he was not alone. A young, beautiful woman stood beside him. He looked at me with cold eyes. Pack your bags, he said. I froze. What? I whispered. Pack your bags and get out. Mark said loudly, I want a divorce. This house is hers now. I could not breathe. Mark, please, I cried. Where will we go? The children, it's snowing. He did not care. He threw our suitcases out the door. He pushed me outside and slammed the door shut. Click, that was the sound of my life breaking. I stood on the sidewalk with Leo and Mia. My children were crying. Papa, they called. But the lights in the house went out. We were alone, no family to help, friends to call. Just us against the cold city. We walked to the bus station. I counted the money in my pocket. I had some savings, but not much. Mark controlled all the bank accounts. Mama, I'm hungry, Leo said softly. Mama, I'm cold, Mia whispered. I hugged them tightly. Don't worry, lied. Everything will be okay. I needed a place to stay immediately. I found a cheap room online. The landlord asked for 500 cash up front. I was desperate. I gave him my last savings. But when we reached the address, the key did not fit. I knocked and knocked. A stranger opened the door. Who are you? He asked. I rented this room, I said, showing him the paper. He shook his head. Lady, you've happens a lot here. Go away. My heart stopped. The money was gone. My savings were gone. I fell to my knees on the dirty pavement. I wanted to scream, but I had no voice left. We spent that night in a 24-hour fast food restaurant. The manager was kind. He let us stay until morning. The next day reality hit me hard. No money, no home. No food. But I am a mother. I cannot quit. I found a job as a night cleaner in a large office building. The pay was very low, but I had no choice. Every night, I left Leo and Mia in a cheap motel room that I paid for day by day. I worked for 12 hours. I scrubbed toilets. I carried heavy trash bags. My hands cracked. My back ached constantly. I bought bread for my children. I drank only water. Mama, eat with us, Mia said, holding out a piece of bread. I smiled weakly. I'm not hungry, baby. I ate at work. It was a lie. If I missed one payment, the motel owner, Mr. Henderson, would throw us out. No money. No room, he always said. I don't care about children. One night, the cold was unbearable. I was cleaning the office steps when I saw an old woman sitting on a bench nearby. She was shaking violently. She wore thin clothes and no hat. People walked past her. No one stopped. I knew that cold. I knew that feeling. I walked over to her. Her eyes were cloudy and confused. Are you okay? Ma'am, I asked. She didn't answer. Her lips were blue. I touched my neck. I was wearing my red wool scarf, the only thing I had left from my mother. Without thinking, I took it off. The cold hit my skin instantly. I wrapped the scarf around the old woman's neck. Please take this, I whispered. It will keep you warm. She looked at me and smiled weakly. Thank you, she whispered. I went back to work freezing, but my heart felt warm. 2 weeks later, life became even harder. The motel rent increased. I worked more. I ate less. I grew weak, then one night everything went black. I collapsed at work. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. Panic filled my chest. My children! I cried. The safe. The nurse said, "They're here." Then a man entered the room, pushing an old woman in a wheelchair. She wore my red scarf. "This is my mother," the man said. "You saved her life." He owned the hospital, the bill was paid, and he offered me a job. A real job. A home. I accepted. Later, we moved into a small, warm apartment. My children slept peacefully. I was no longer afraid. I lost my husband, but I found my dignity. I lost my house, but I found a home. I learned that no matter how poor you are, you can always be kind. Kindness is the only currency that never loses value. I am Sarah. I am a mother. I am happy.